little behind the scenes today, guys. I'm going to take you through formulating a Bobcat lure. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a little summertime chores, kind of behind the scenes video, and I've been absolutely slammed with work, so I haven't got to put out as much of these videos this summer as I wanted to, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm going to take you through building up a Bobcat lure. I've had this formula kind of in mind, bouncing it, brainstorming it in my head for probably the last year. Finally decided to try to put it together. I've, aged and rendered and tinctured some of the ingredients that I'm going to use, and they're ready. So we're going to get it whipped up today, and you'll be seeing this lure out on my trapping videos this fall. I'm gonna show you behind the scenes of building this thing up from scratch. It might be a complete flop. It might not work at all, but that's the joy and the fun of lure making. And I know all these ingredients I have tested on their own at one point or another. Tested them on their own or in formulation at some point. They all hold a high attraction to most predators. Some of these are kind of focused towards cats more so, which is what I'm going for with this lure. I'm pretty confident that it's going to work out. It's going to be good. It might need a little tweak in here or there with the ingredients or the amounts of ingredients. It is going to be focused towards bobcats, but I'm pretty confident it's going to make a great all-around predator lure. It's going to be a kind of a food base loaded up with some curiosity ingredients and some soft call, cat focused ingredients as well. It should be a nice thick pasty form. I'll get you guys set up here. We're gonna set up a workbench and we're gonna get after it. Alrighty guys, here we go. I've got my mixing container here. We're gonna be doing this in a small batch. Like I said, this will be a test lure that I'm running this fall. It'll be out on the line, targeting cats, but I'll probably put it in a handful of different sets. I'm gonna try to get some camera work going on before season, but we'll see. I am absolutely strapped for time this year, but this is probably gonna be about a quart batch. I've got my base material in here. That's part of the base. This is gonna be the other element to our base. This is, you can see there, it's thick. This is a nice rendered, ground and tainted, kind of universal food base here. Pretty strong, but not absolutely terrible. Kind of a sweet smell going on there as well. I'm gonna go ahead and add that in here. And these two ingredients will make up the base of this lure. I'm a big fan of blended bases like this. Matter of fact, most of my lures have kind of a two-part base, if you will. I'm a big fan of running a rendered or tainted base blended in with some sort of a fresh base. Also, they could be the same type of meat, or they could be different meats. For example, you could do, for your base material in a food-based lure, you could do half of a really tainted, rendered out skunk meat mixed with equal parts half of a fresh beaver meat, just for example. I don't have anything like that, but that's kind of a philosophy that I operate on for a lot of my food-based lures. Have a two-part blended food base. This is mixing in pretty nicely. We'll see. I went in with, part of the struggle with formulating a lure is getting your ratios correctly. especially working in these small batches like this. You really want to be precise, especially once we start adding in some of these curiosity ingredients, some of the tinctures, not to overdo it. You got to be real careful and getting your ratios correctly. That way they scale up nice when you start doing like a gallon or 5-gallon batch. For me, I operate on the small side of things. All right, that's coming together pretty good. I like that. I'm gonna stick with 6 ounces of that second material. All right, going in next here with, this is one of the ingredients. I'll tell you what it is. This is an aged beaver oil sac that's been aged, then preserved and ground. The empty sacks, I squeeze out all the oil, age those sacks down, and then preserve them and grind them. It's just, man, it's got a really good odor to it. I think I've got the amount I want. Go ahead, dump that in. I love the smell of those aged oil sacks. And guys, I'm gonna tell you, the most important part of this entire operation is right here, pen and paper. If you start messing around with doing your own lures, it is absolutely vital that you keep accurate, meticulous, detailed records of everything you do. Whether you're aging your own ingredients or you're buying them from a reputable supplier, you can't just write down, hey, I put A, B, and C into this lure. You gotta make sure you remember exactly how you aged that product, how you preserved it, what you added to it. Because when you do come up with a formula that you like, that works well, not only does it work well, but it works well consistently for you, other people across multiple environments, you want to be able to recreate that lure. And, you know, going by memory isn't exactly the best way to do that. There we go. I like that. It's very mellow so far, has a rather pleasant aroma. Oh yeah, this is gonna come together good. All right, next up, I'm gonna go with this product here. Started out as one of the first beaver lures I ever made, and really what it is, it's a ramped up, high octane, souped up caster. That's pretty much all it is. And I use this in a couple of my formulas that I would add castor into. Some of them have just, you know, plain castor, tinctured out castoreum. A couple of the formulas actually call for this instead of just plain castor, and this is an absolutely great ingredient. I use it on the beaver line. It's not available for sale as of right now. I kind of keep it to myself, and I use it for an ingredient in lures, and it's worked out pretty well so far. But this will be going in next. All right, we're going in, I think. Let's start off with, see where that is, but I'm probably gonna end up going with 2 of those. Should be 1 ounce. Another one I use in there. Alrighty guys, our next ingredient is one that I procure and tincture myself. Very good cat calling ingredient here. I'm gonna go ahead and get it put in. All right, go ahead and add that. makes an ounce of that compound. Alrighty guys, now we're gonna go in with some of our curiosity musks. And this is where you've got to be real careful and precise on your amounts, because you can really start to overpower stuff rather quickly. But I'm gonna get those measured out, we'll get them added in. Alright, we got those mixed in. Next, I'm going in with some glycerin. One of the challenges of this lure in particular, because of some of that base material, is going to keep this wet and working. Some of that base material really has a tendency to dry out. This glycerin will help with that, and it's also going to help with freeze proofing the lure. It's going to act as a good blending agent. I'm a big fan of glycerin. You don't want it to just, you know, water down and kind of dilute your lures, but it's a really, really good ingredient when it's used properly. Go ahead and get that mixed in there. It's going to help quite a bit, and we want this lure to be able to keep working in the cold temperatures, and we don't want it to dry out and crust over when it gets windy. So get that glycerin in there. And then next is going to be my final ingredient for now. Oh yeah, that's coming together pretty good. Very, very mellow, pleasant odors, nothing rank about it. It's going to be loud, it's going to have a good soft call to it, but it's going to be a little bit different than a lot of your cat lures. I don't plan on putting any skunk in here. That's what my cat scratch fever lure is for. This is going to be, you know, just a very nice, mellow, loud, but not rank at all food-based lure for a soft call on cats and all predators. I really, really have high hopes for this one. But next up, it's going to be my last ingredient for now, and that's going to be a very good, very high quality, mellow, natural sun-rendered oil. That's next. All right, we've got our oil here. We're going to go in with it. I'm going to start out with that amount. We'll see. I might end up doubling it, but I typically always add my oils last. Put most of my water-soluble ingredients in first, add my oil last. And this is just a really good, high-quality sun-rendered oil. I'm a big fan of natural oils in most of my products, and sun-rendered oils of all varieties are just absolutely phenomenal on the trap line. Whether it be skunk oil or fish oil or beaver tail oil, they're all very, very valuable to the trapper, and I think they definitely have a place in lure formulation. Let's see how this is coming along. Man, I really like where that's at. I think I'm going to go in with another 2 ounces of that oil. We got that mixed in. Man, that is interesting. Very, very interesting. To be quite honest with you, it doesn't smell anything like I had kind of thought in my head. And that's kind of the cool part about doing this. Let you take a look there. Hopefully you can see. Really thick, pasty. Ended up with right around a quart here, so this is a good little test batch. And man, I'm freaking excited to get this out on the line this fall. You'll be seeing it in my trapping videos for sure. And I just really hope you guys like this video. Not a lot of guys are willing to do videos like this. Not a lot of guys want to show you behind the scenes. Sorry friends, little minor interruption there. My wife came out to talk to me and she brought old Oso Boy, best trapline dog in the world, out to see me. She's gonna go inside and finish supper up. She's not a huge fan of the lure lab, but that's all right. Now, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's been a lot of secrecy around this industry for the last handful of decades, and I mean, I get it, but at the same time, my goal is to provide the consumer with the most amount of information, education, and value as possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This lure will be out on the trap line this fall, so hopefully you tune in for that. Last thing I'm gonna do is take a little cardboard strip, dip it in here, set that out in the heat and the weather and the rain, and see how the odor profile changes over the next couple of days, see how it holds up. But thank you guys so much for tagging along. Until next time, God bless.